Well, of all years, DMGC was probably on the verge of not having a banquet this year due to everything that happened with my newborn Victoria and the whirlwind that we went through. And we'll talk about that another time. But deep down inside, I felt the girls worked so hard this year. It's a way to celebrate their successes, their victories, and allow us to honor our staff and honor all of the gymnasts' hard work. And I know that they look forward to it. It's something fun. They get to dress up, to wear their dresses, and I know they get excited about receiving certificates and awards. So Mike and I decided we're gonna pull the trigger on it and we're gonna do it. But it took a lot of planning and a lot of work to get it done quickly. And so it all ended up working out, but it was literally last minute. We worked really hard at it, and I certainly put in everything I could to get the awards ordered in time because they're custom. I have to put the kids' names on it. I have to get all the information from the staff, make sure that it's corrected, and if there are any errors, and just all of that. So there's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes to make it happen, but we definitely made it be successful this year, and I'm so glad that we did. And one other special thing that we do is we honor our seniors. And every time, you know, a senior graduates, they get a senior award, and then they become an alumni of DMGC. So that's a little special added bonus that we like to feature. So all the levels get to pick one athlete that's most heroic, but the one that we're going to honor today is Anna Taylor, because she is our senior that graduated, and Anna has a tremendous story. She has, you know, one of the greatest attitudes, and she has a wonderful family. She came in here injury after injury, and she kept a smile on her face, kept working hard through physical therapy. She had 3 surgeries, and Mike can explain a lot more on that, but he was a huge part of her recovery and her ability to come back quickly to gymnastics, because not only is Mike a physician, he's a surgeon, he understands the sport, he understands anatomy and physiology very well, and he understands what the body can handle. And so his guidance was a critical part in her coming back to gymnastics and being able to be successful and finish off a regional champion at the end of her career, where so many times Anna could have quit. There's no reason why she couldn't quit, because of adversity after adversity and injury after injury normally really discourages a child. But she kept a great attitude, and I love that about Anna. Once you meet her, you just see that personality shine right out. And we always want to highlight, you know, one of our athletes, especially our seniors. We always love, there's a story combined with their departure, and we love to just honor them and say, hey, we appreciate you and all that you've done, and you're part of our program, and you will always be an alumni from here on out.
Despite the youth of our competitive program, we have a steadily growing list of DMGC alumni that we are so very proud of. And this year's newest member of the DMGC alumni is Miss Anna Taylor.
Well, we always wanted another child, and we didn't conceive one, and so we started to look at fostering, and then we considered possibly adopting a child. And when we decided to adopt from China, when that opportunity came, it was just something that we both agreed on. And you know, as a married couple, you don't always agree on things, but we were sort of shocked that we both agreed on that. We knew about the children, especially the girls that were in the orphanages, and we just felt a calling that one of those girls was going to be our daughter. And it was, everything fell into place. We prayed about it a lot just to make sure we were doing the right thing. We were a little bit older parents, and everything just came into place, and people helped us along the way. And within a year, we had Anna, and we brought her home, and she's just been such a joy and like the icing on the cake in our family.
So my mom put me in gymnastics when I was 3 years old because she saw me climbing around, bouncing around, and she knew I had a lot of energy. So she put me into the sport at 3, and I just have fallen in love with it since. I actually did quit for a little bit. I quit around 5th grade. I just needed some time to have my body heal, and I just wasn't in a good state of mind and I had some very interesting coaches with some of their techniques that I did not like. So I had to take a break for a little bit, and then I continued back to gymnastics a little over a year later.
Anna went to a camp at DMGC and just was so impressed with Dominique. Dominique showed her how to do a new vault, a Phelps. She was just so positive. Every day she came home from that camp, she was very, very positive, very happy. And she just said, that's what I want. She goes, I want to be praised for the good things I do. I don't want to be punished for the things I don't do or I can't get done that day. I want to come home and feel good and then go back the next day refreshed. And so we made that decision to switch when Dominique opened up her gym. And that's the one thing that she always comes home with something positive, and she was happy.
When Anna joined our program, she was relatively new. In fact, when she presented to me, she had already been diagnosed with an Achilles tendon rupture on her left side. In fact, I believe she had surgery already scheduled when I first met with Anna and her father. We were nothing more than acquaintances. And so trust really needed to be established very, very swiftly. And I think after we had a heart-to-heart conversation in the birthday party room that's right over there, I think that my knowledge of the sport of gymnastics, my experience in operative and non-operative management of Achilles tendon injuries really helped affirm a commitment, a trust, and a confidence between Anna, her father, and myself. And so I would say the biggest challenge was to establish that trust in a relatively short amount of time. And while I'm very thankful to be practicing medicine at a time when we have innovations and technologies, it's really the sanctity of the patient-doctor relationship, which I think is the biggest ingredient to a successful outcome. So really establishing that patient-doctor relationship in a short amount of time was probably our biggest challenge.
Dr. Michael Canales, I love him as my surgeon. He keeps the time so uplifted. He keeps me very positive and keeps me pushing even though I had very many doubts in my head. And he just makes the situations just uplifting, and he honestly just makes them funny. He knew from the start that I would have this amazing comeback, that I will be a lot stronger than ever, like a whole new me before my injury. And at first I didn't believe him and stuff, so just hearing that from him just really made me question. But looking back now, after I completed a wonderful season, he was right, and I knew and now looking back at Dr. Canales, he always believed in me.
So the Achilles tendon is the longest, thickest, and strongest tendon of the body. It connects the calf muscle to the foot by way of tying into the heel bone. And so without it, normal ambulation or running are severely compromised. And so when an athlete encounters a rupture of this tendon, certainly it causes significant disability in the short term. And while there is a school of thought to treat these non-operatively, given Anna's athletic prowess, surgical repair was most appropriate for her.
Anna definitely showed a tremendous amount of grit and willpower to start over again when she tore her Achilles the first time, then a second time, then had a shoulder injury in between. And so there was kind of a lot going on, and it would have been so easy for her to have quit the sport. But Anna just had that innate ability to say, you know what, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to go do physical therapy. I'm going to get back to it. And she just has that personality naturally. It's not like any of us had to bring that out of her. She just naturally had that. So we just nurture that here as coaches, and Mike as a physician. So our staff just, adores all the kids as, they come into the door, and we always try to encourage them in any way possible. But Anna's story can definitely be inspiring for not only her group, but all the kids that come in and watch someone who's gone through injury after injury. And it's challenging to be on the sidelines, but yet still be encouraging to your teammates and still be uplifting and find a way to succeed anyway. And I think that, those kinds of trials and tribulations in life are really very important because they teach you how to grow. How do I deal with this? And that's a small model for your life. Like, how am I going to deal with this now? This setback, this injury? Because in life, you're going to have setbacks. And I think Anna is setting herself up to really handle a lot of these situations later on in life very well too, because of her attitude. Think if there's one thing about her, it's that attitude that is so healthy and positive. And she would have every reason to be upset or torn up about it, but she chooses not to be. And I think that's really what sets Anna apart.
Receiving the heroic award meant so much to me. It just makes me feel like I've done my job is to be a positive role model at DMGC, and knowing that kids have an inspiring story, and knowing that even though times get hard, like, it is possible to do anything if you put your mind to it.
She's a very loving person. If she loves you, she'll love you forever. And I love her too. So.
She's very loyal. Very loyal, loyal to her sport, loyal to the people that are in her life. You can always trust her. If she's your friend,
Yes.
she'll be a friend of yours for a long time.
She's a wonderful child to have, that's for sure. Best decision we ever made in our life.